Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Hustling Muscle Show. I hope everybody is doing well, and it's a lovely Tuesday evening. And I'm going to be joined today by nutritionist Nandini, and we're going to be talking about diet plans. I know a lot of people start diet plans, they're not able to sustain on it. There are a lot of queries, there are a lot of puzzles on it. Let's get an expert. Let's call on Nandini, and she would explain us how we can make it more sustainable. So let me just add her. And I see her and I sent. So this should be an interesting session. And my invite has gone out. I've accepted it. She should join us any moment. Sometimes technology can, delay us. Okay, it says Nandini is not able to join. I don't know why. Let me try again accepting it. I hope, okay, there she is. Oh, good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Hi, very well.
As I was telling, technology at times can delay us. So,
Yes,
it's not always our fault. At times it goes on the technology part. I hope you're doing well. And before I start, belated happy International Women's Day. I couldn't have you last week. You were a little tied up, but I am
thank
having you
you.
this
Thank you
week. So
very
we are
much.
continuing with this session. And I think this week I'm again going to be doing with a lot of ladies, and we're going to be talking about a lot of subjects. I'm going live tomorrow with Kirtana, day after with Dr. Mukherjee, and I think Friday and Saturday also I should be having sessions. And we're going to be touching a lot of topics that women
Hmm.
really enjoy. So today's topic, as I was explaining to everybody, was on nutrition and diet plans. There is a very big problem where it comes to people staying sustainable on their nutrition. They take up programs, and they're not able to continue with it. So a lot of people have been asking me questions on that. So I framed out a few questions. So let's start, by giving out the knowledge that you would be giving out to the people. Okay, my very first question, ma'am. When people want to start a diet plan, they are all in a hurry. They want quick results. What most, at time people have a very unrealistic goals, quick weight loss, things like that. What should one keep in mind when they decide to start a diet plan? How do you think they should assess their goals to keep them realistic?
Okay. I think a lot of time because most of the people are starting out diet when they have a particular event in place or a holiday or a wedding or they're about to get married or something or the other. They have very short-term goals towards getting fit. So yes, I think a coach should really help first of all in understanding and giving the right picture that you have accumulated all that fat in so many years and so many months. You should give your body a relative time to lose all of that. We should be considerate towards the time taken to accumulate it and then reduce it. So there should be a clear expectation setting. There should be what is the current eating pattern of someone going on a diet that should be taken into consideration. Because if you are giving somebody a very, like a very restrictive diet or something which drops the calorie way beyond their current eating pattern, that would lose weight in the near future, but again, it's going to have repercussions in the long run.
Yeah, it cannot be very sustainable, I think, because for a person who's term to eating a lot, I don't think overnight you can try to trim their food, actually bring it down. It has to come down naturally and slowly. You just can't overnight expect them to just
Yes,
cut it to
and
half.
sometimes people are very excited. Okay, they're like, "Oh my God, I'm getting like married in 3 months' time or 2 months' time, and I can do anything to drop this weight off. You can just give me like liquid diet. You can put me on liquids, and I'm okay with that." And such kind of recommendations are just put me on keto and I'm okay doing keto also and blah blah. People have their own ideas of doing very restrictive diets, and then of course those goals are so short term that ultimately probably when they get married or when they have that event over or that holiday over, ultimately they put on so much weight
Guns blazing.
afterwards they are not able to sustain it on their own, or they are not able to sustain that weight loss.
When you actually keep yourself away from something that you actually like, and then when you're given the freedom, you actually tend to go absolutely overboard. It's like, eating a
Yes,
buffet every day. So I
yes.
know where you're coming from, what you're saying. So guys, that's a very important point. You can't go on to this fad liquid diet and then suddenly, okay, now it's done. Now let me start going in for a buffet every day. It doesn't work like that. You
Yeah,
know,
because that leads to binge eating ultimately. Ultimately, you're binging. Ultimately, you're not eating, but you're just like hogging food.
Yeah, so you're binge eating, binge watching nowadays. This word binge is becoming actually it's taking a negative impact at times, I feel. Okay, now
It does.
moving to yeah, absolutely. Now moving to my next question. If you go on the internet, there are various diets. There's keto, there's intermittent fasting, there is something called Mediterranean diet. I'm not really sure. I've just researched. Then I hope I'm pronouncing these right. There's something called the paleo diet, and so many other diets, food, superfood, and so on. How does one decide which diet is perfect for them? And are these diets, sustainable in the long run?
First of all, a person should not decide on their own that what kind of dieting strategy or what kind of diet is suitable for them. It requires a lot of research. It requires analysis of a lot of things, including blood reports, including your current diet pattern, including your medical history. There are so many factors which play in the role of deciding what diet pattern you should be following and your diet strategy. So, picking up any diet online which is trending, including intermittent fasting or paleo or keto or Mediterranean or whatsoever the names are, they are all trending one after the other. But trust me, just picking up the diet online and start following it is going to give you much more harm than actually following your regular pattern.
But honestly, for us Indians, okay, like a guy like me, I come from a absolute Punjabi background. For us, butter chicken, things like that, you know, masaledar khana, chola bhatura, things like that. It's very common. Though I eat it in, a controlled portion, but yeah, these things are there in my diet. I cannot stay away from it for long. Can guys like me or, people my types, can we go on to such diets and sustain? This is one question mark that at times I get.
So, yes, you can go on these diets under a coach who is actually training you or who is actually, helping you at each step.
Hmm.
So, yes, you can go on these diets. That is not a problem. But yeah, to sustain these diets and to go off these diets in the long run is very important. Once you
Hmm.
start these diets, yes, they can help you in calorie restriction. They can help you in fat loss. They can help you in various other benefits of fasting, various other benefits of intermittent, various other benefits of keto. But in the long run, if you really want to sustain with your once a week treating yourself with a chola bhatura or your butter chicken, definitely it should be inclusive. It should not be
So, So,
exclusive.
ma'am is very much sticking not to cheat but to treat. So, I still remember that from our first session. So, it's not the cheat day, it's the treat day. That's nutrition by Nandini. That's her way. Now, my next question: nutrition and diets are, the most important for anyone. Either your goal can be weight loss, weight gain, or any respective can be your goal, even muscle building. But somehow the common person finds it very difficult, to stick to that particular diet, and they keep falling off. This is something when I interact with people, when I talk to the people in the gym, clients, they keep saying, no, I just, it just fell off. I cannot continue that. Where are they making a mistake? As a professional, where do you think, where are they making a mistake? Or, their nutritionists, where are they making a mistake in, designing this particular nutrition chart?
I think there should be a very clear expectation setting. That's the first thing when you start a diet with any kind of trainer, a trainee is taking up. There should be a very clear expectation setting that in which both of them are in it together, that one person is not dictating the other that this is what I want, and this is what this should be. They both should be on the same page when they
Hmm.
start off. And yes, of course, making the goals very realistic is very important. Understanding, because a trainee can give you a very unrealistic goals to achieve in a very short span again. But yes, it is up to the coach to give them a real expectation setting. Sometimes I see very overweight people and they have very simple expectation that by the end of the day, I just want to go home and play with my son, which I don't have the energy right now. Can you give me food which gives me energy by the end of the day just to play with my child for an hour? So
Hmm.
that is such a clear expectation with the trainer and the trainee that, okay, the person wants to become fit, the person wants to lose the
Hmm.
weight, the fat, but ultimately they want to play with the child.
Hmm.
That's their first immediate goal, which they
Hmm.
are looking for. So people can have very simple goals. And expectation setting is something which should be done in the first place. And then the goals should be met, or, they should be set. And yes, secondly, going off the wagon is very, very human. Trust me, even I go off wagon when I want to eat out, when I want to indulge into something which I really like, my favorite foods. Or yeah, going off the wagon is a very, very it's a
Human
very
trait.
human thing to do. Yeah, I mean, you don't put yourself under guilt, or you don't put yourself under pressure that, oh my God, I fell off the wagon. Now what? Now nothing can help me. Oh, मतलब अब तो मेरा क्या ही होने वाला है. you know. So people have to have a tendency to go all out or all in. So I think that tendency is where the wagon lies. But we should make the wagon in such a way that yes, once you fall it off, also put yourself together and walk on it again. So
There's always a
yes,
tomorrow.
that's how it is. That even you can fall off the wagon 100 times, but if 100 times you can put yourself back again, that's where
Absolutely.
the fitness goes.
See, guys, here I would give you my experience. Remember one thing, when I had this weight loss journey, I also started having this guilt trip with food. I remember there was a time I hogged on butter chicken, a nice big plate, and I said, oh God, I have done a sin. Okay, that was the thinking I had because I was that time 34 waist, I had not yet reached 30, and I'm like, oh God, I went down and walked for 2 hours post that. It took my trainers and my nutritionists to counsel me, sit and explain that Pratik, you have not done a crime. Okay, there's always
Yeah,
a day tomorrow for you to improve and redo it. You don't need to repeat this habit. Just learn from this mistake of yours and go forward. Don't create a guilt trip with food. There's nothing like it. See, I put up this reel also, or rather I'm putting it up where I'm talking about portion control. That is the key thing that I find has helped me on a large extent to lose weight and sustain things. You obviously have
right.
cravings, and you cannot say, I will not eat this, I will not eat that. Eat that. But remember that, don't overdo it. Till you're doing it in control, things are absolutely right. And even today, somebody had called and asked me about soya chunks, how much should I eat, and things like that. My simple answer to him and to everybody out there is, guys, I am not a professional there. I don't know your body type. I don't know your lifestyle. I don't know how your body works. You need professionals to help you. How much protein you need, whether soya chunks are good for you, not good for you, do they suit your system or not? I cannot take a call. That an expert like Nandini can take a call, or other experts who are trained in this particular field, who are educated, certified. So that is my answer. If you're looking for a nutrition plan or advice, you can ask me, but I will at the end of the day put you on to people like her, because at the end of the day, they are the experts. I am just a medium. I am just a byproduct of these experts. As if I'm not wrong to say that.
Also, a lot of times when people are on a diet, they really have a very strong sweet tooth. Like this is something which I'm telling you from a majority of my clients. They would say that we have a strong sweet tooth, and we are craving something sweet. After 1 or 2 weeks of a stringent diet, they'll say, "Oh, we want to have our favorite dairy milk today, and can we have a dairy milk?" And they would have a fear in their minds that, oh, she'll say no. She'll say, "What the hell? You are on a diet. How can you ask me for a dairy milk?" But I clearly tell them that by the end of the day, just go on a drive or just go out, buy that 5 rupee, 10 rupee dairy milk, eat it, have your, drink water, brush your teeth, and just go to sleep. And don't think about it the next day in the morning. Like you wanted to have it, you finished with your cravings. There should be no guilt in the morning that, oh my God, what did I just do? I was like, this is completely legal. But yes,
Absolutely.
there should be an information, there should be transparency as to how the trainer and the trainee are working together.
Absolutely, that's absolutely very well said. And guys, I hope you're underlining those words because there's actually wisdom coming out. This is why I say you need expert. Only an expert can counsel you and talk to you in this manner. I wouldn't be able to do that. I can only motivate you, but I cannot give you the facts on how things happen, how things should work. So, on the same note, moving to my very next question. When we diet, at times people put up food rules. I think we were just speaking about these rules. Food rules like don't eat after 8 p.m., no added sugar, okay, and so on. What is your take on this? Do you give food rules to people when you give a nutrition chart? Because off late, I'm seeing, a lot of trainers and things like that. I'm talking high end, influential. If they put up, okay, coach, today I had this chocolate. Oh, very good. You ate a chocolate. We are doing legs workout tomorrow. And the next reel you're seeing them is pushing that person heavy on the legs. I'm like, okay, that's how you give. You have to understand because there are so many people, common people out there who are not going to understand. They're like, oh God, what is this? So, what's your take? Do you give food rules that guilt trip again kicks in? I think here.
One, you cannot outrun, your food with your exercise. That should not be
Hmm.
the lookout once you enter the gym or once you're eating food, because you can't outrun one with the other. I mean, they go hand in hand, yet they have very different roles to play in your body. And yes, having said that, the rules regarding a diet. Yes, to put a person who into a certain kind of discipline or a certain kind of structure, I think rules should be there. They make the following up of the structure much more easier. And but yes, when people get into a diet and they can actually do the whole portion control, they can prioritize the plate, they can understand how the whole system works, how they can
Hmm.
actually include their foods, how they can exclude certain foods, at what time they should be eating what things. Once they process all that information and they, understanding their own bodies with that, I think yes, the rules of course become less stringent. But once a person is starting with a structure, there should be certain rules and there should be a structure to it, and there should be a discipline to it.
Well, that's I think again well said. Without discipline, I think nothing can be achieved. Even a lot of time when people ask me, yeah, it's my discipline, it's my motivation that's pushed me here. It's that discipline, okay, portion control where I take a second helping, I already have an alarming system going within my head. Okay, this is my second round. I have to say a no after this because if I'm not wrong, your stomach and your mind takes a little time to give the signal. Okay, the stomach is full. Don't no need to push a little more. So, in the tendency to eat quickly, that's why we start, eating extra. So we should always, give that gap of a time. Now, ma'am, moving to my next question. People use, fat tricks to, lose weight. At times, skipping meals. There was this big article about this particular celebrity. I'm sleeping hungry and so on, just for one particular show, and so on. There are a million quick fixes you can see. Ajwain and pani pure fat loss over that is doing rounds, which caught my ears. What impact is this going to have on our health? What is the actual outcome? We may see a few, when we start restricting ourselves from food and things like that, we may see a little bit of, weight loss here and there. Ki, haan, sometimes water weight starts losing when you start working out and things like that. But what are the outcomes of these fat diets at times? What do you think? These shortcuts?
Okay, these short term diets or these fat diets or these sleeping yourself too hungry and like overly
I wonder
restricting
how they do
yourself
that.
and completely like eliminating a particular food group, and they start having everything fat free, and they stop using fat in everything, and they stop putting like oils or butters or ghees or anything in their food. And yes, these things definitely make you leaner. They will definitely give you a much more leaner, your figure, but ultimately they can lead to a lot of deficiencies. They can lead to, basically, they can lead to a whole, I would say, a mindset, and they can lead to a very, very, where once you start dealing with the psychology of the some kind of people who have been on these kind of diets, you actually have to play with their mind and tell them that it's okay to eat. It's okay to eat a dinner at 8 p.m. It's okay to eat. four meals in a day. It's okay to have certain fats in the body. It is needed because they have gone on such restrictive diets that first you have to actually play with their mental health and bring them on a normal scale of eating food, and then go on telling them that okay, that like food is actually there to nourish you, and it's not something which you have to fear ultimately. So yes, that goes to a very different kind of a mentality.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, guys. I don't understand when people say eat less, keep. When I go to the gym, I've told this a number of times. I have food is like your fuel, especially if you're lifting weights, if you're doing high intensity workouts. You need all this. You need that energy, and that energy is going to come through food. It's not going to come through supplements and things like that. You can't expect a pre-workout to do what a food's job is. I think I'm right there. If I'm not, I hope that's the right thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Pre-workout cannot give you that kick or that energy what a food can give. The nourishment a potato can give you will not be, you will not get it from a supplement and things like that. That is why food is there. That's the best source. Let it be protein, carbohydrates, anything. Go to the natural foods. That is the place to have it. There is nothing wrong in eating rice, things like that. So, as ma'am was telling, you cannot have a guilt trip with food. You have to have a very healthy relationship. And at times, people are not losing weight because they're eating less. At times, that is a big problem I've seen. When they start eating in a more structured manner, they
Hmm,
start seeing, better results. So that is also one fact you guys have to keep in mind. Now, ma'am,
totally.
my final question to you. I want to lose weight. I'm ready to diet, but I do not want to work out. I don't want to move. What is your take on this? Is weight loss possible by dieting alone, and is this possible and sustainable?
Definitely, it's possible because once you go on a calorie deficit diet, your body starts to lose fat, which has accumulated over time. So yes, with science, this is possible that you can be bedridden and you can still lose weight. So that is possible. That it is a possibility. But having said that, exercise has various benefits. I am an exercise buff, and I can absolutely say that diet and exercise have very different roles to play in our body. Where diet, if you say that it's fueling your body, exercise is actually working as a medicine.
Hmm.
So there are so many times when I don't get good sleep, and I just know that if I do a good workout, I'm going to get good sleep.
Hmm.
So exercise is truly a medicine. It definitely shapes your body. It makes your body look better. The aesthetics of it, the benefits of which give you aesthetic benefits are totally different. But yes, for a physical, mental health, for being strong mentally, to make definitely people who go to the gym or do good workouts, who are progressing in their workouts, have a very different way of looking at things, and I think they are more open, they are more receptive towards changes their body is taking, and yes, that's how we should be welcoming it. Whereas diet, of course, has a very different role. Diet is fueling you. Diet is fueling your goals, your mental goals, your physical goals, your workout goals, your everyday task goals. So all of that your diet is fueling you with. But yes, I can say exercise is actually helping you achieve those in a much more easier way.
That's absolutely well said. So, exercise is very important. And guys out there, understand, I've said this before, there are various exercises out there. Gym is not the only exercise or the only place where you can go work out. There are different things. I've been bringing out a lot of different people on the platform who have been speaking about yoga, they've been speaking about running. I even have got people speaking about Pilates now, which is another incredible workout, very good for your body. So choose what you like. You have options. Even dance is a very good form of workout. Look at dance. There is 110 type of workouts. Don't think that only gym is a place for you to work out. Yes, strength training to an extent is required, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. But apart from that, also to stay active, work out, move around, there are various options. Explore them. Understand what you like. You'll stay more sustainable there. So, ma'am, I think I've asked my final question. So, before you go, before we, end the show, what is going to be your punchline, your message to the people out there listening to you today?
Yes, I think just enjoy your food and go on a guilt-free trip. If you're eating with your family, enjoy those moments. If you're eating to fuel yourself, enjoy those moments. And yes, fuel like food can be used as a fuel as well as something of a ritual. So depending where you are at what point of life, you can choose your treats and you can choose your fuels.
Okay, I think that is very well said. So ending my point over here, guys, what I'm going to tell you is, yes, there are a lot of rounds going on, things like liquid diets, things like that, on your health and so on. Guys, understand, whatever you decide to do, choose a sustainable way. Okay, I know a lot of time people are putting major transformation pictures and saying, I did this in 6 months. When Cinestars do it, it's there in the news and everything. Guys, understand, it's a different ball game for them. For they have people right from nutrition training. They have a team of people supporting them to do all that. You and I are common people. I have work, you have responsibilities, I have responsibilities. Workout is not the only thing that we have. There are 110 other things we have. So understand, it's a very, very different procedures. Just don't blindly go by seeing things and believing this can happen, that can happen. And again, my simple thing to everybody out there who get in touch with me, guys, if you are looking at realistic results, if you're looking at sustainable results, you need to get in touch with experts. If you're looking at nutrition, you have Nutrition by Nandini, you have other nutritionists also. Explore,
Can I say one
talk to them.
last
Yes,
thing
yes, yes, ma'am,
before we wrap it
absolutely.
up?
Hmm.
Yeah, there is really no magic pill. Please don't buy those supplements which give you weight loss teas, weight loss supplements, weight loss. There's those weird herbs which give you weight loss. Please don't buy them. They have very, very harmful effects in the long run.
Take it from somebody who has been there. As I said, I'm a person who started working out very early in age. It took me a lot of time to realize, there are no shortcuts to it. It is good advice and effort that at the end of the day counts. You need the right advice. As I said, you need a person who can assess your body, understand your lifestyle, then create the perfect plan for you in terms of workout or nutrition. So you need to go visit an expert for that. Only then will you see results. As ma'am said, there is no magic pill. There is no magic pill, and I don't think you'll ever get a magic pill like that. And whatever you guys do in terms of nutrition, in terms of workouts, do it healthy and do it sustainable, is what I would say at the end of the show. So, ma'am, I think you've given quite a bit of knowledge to everybody out there. You've given everybody who are falling off the wagon, who needed the advice, things like that. You've given them a lot of knowledge. So I thank you for that. Guys, ma'am is putting up some amazing content in terms of reels. She's speaking. She's putting out a lot of content. Do follow her. Do see her things. I follow them, follow religiously, and every day I learn something different from her. So she's putting some amazing content. Do follow her. Do follow me also. I'm also connecting you to different people. I'm having different people come on the show, talk about fitness. And if you guys have any query in terms of fitness, wellness, health, do DM me. I'm always there to answer you. I will connect you to some of the best experts and they would give their advice. So, ma'am, I thank you for joining in this evening.
Thank you. Thanks a
I
lot.
thank you. So, guys, I'll be uploading this video again. If you've enjoyed the video, do like it, do share it with your friends, do give me your recommendation, do give me your comments of what you like, and do follow ma'am, do follow me. So, this is Nandini and Hustling Muscles signing out of the Hustling Muscle Show. Thank you again, ma'am, and thank you guys. Thank you all
Thank
for viewing
you.
the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.